Rugged, wild and impossibly beautiful. This island is where Scotland feels untouched. From dramatic cliffs to misty mountains, every turn looks like a postcard. Welcome to a place where nature steals the show.
Hi, welcome back to our channel. We are Drew and Hazel from McGoo's on the Go, and this week we are in Skye.
Perched high on the dramatic Trotternish Ridge, the old Man of Storr is one of Scotland's most iconic natural landmarks. Today it's a must-visit spot for hikers and photographers alike. The walk up is short but steep, and every step reveals a new angle in this incredible scenery, especially in the early morning light of when mist drifts through the rocks, adding to its mystery and magic. This towering rock pinnacle was formed millions of years ago by an ancient landslip, where sections of the cliff face broke away and shifted, leaving behind these striking vertical formations. Standing here, you're surrounded by sweeping views across the rugged hills, shimmering lochs and the distant coastline, a landscape that feels almost otherworldly. The area is steeped in local folklore too, with legends suggesting the rock is the thumb of a giant buried beneath the earth. Whether they come for the views, the stories or the atmosphere, the Old Man of Storr is a place that truly captures the wild spirit of the Highlands. The walk took us about 3 hours to complete, but that was stopping for some food and to take some video footage and photography. Well, that's us come back down for the Old Man of Storr. It was absolutely a great walk and we had great weather today.
I know, stunning views.
It was
stunning views.
really
Definitely
nice.
Worth a visit.
Yeah. Just a couple of wee admin points just before we finish this part of the video. There's a car park at the bottom, and it's, I think the minimum you can pay is like £5, and that gives you 6 hours to get up and down, which is absolutely tons of time. There's toilets, huge car park, and a wee gift shop that sells coffee and stuff like that. And if you've got a motorhome or a camper van, there's a free chemical waste point that you can use. I think that's part of the fiver. You don't need to pay any cash for that sort of thing. So
that's good.
So that's us finished here, and tonight we're hoping to get to Neist Point and get a nice sunset for the night and stay there. So we'll see how we got on with that. Fingers crossed, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
At the very edge of the island, Neist Point is one of the most breathtaking coastal spots in Scotland. Famous for its iconic lighthouse perched on rugged cliffs, it offers panoramic views over the Atlantic Ocean. It's also one of the best places to catch sunset, as the light fades over the horizon and transforms a landscape into something truly unforgettable. Wild, remote and incredibly scenic, Neist Point perfectly captures the raw beauty of Scotland's coastline. The next day brought classic Highland weather, wet, windy and a little wild. So we made our way to Portree in search of some shelter. We wandered around the colourful harbour watching the boats bob in the rain before exploring a few local shops tucked along the streets. Later we headed over to the Isle of Skye Candle Company, where we parked up for the night. It's a great little stop for a motorhome, just £10 to stay.
And it actually comes up there. See, they make the candles in there.
What are you saying, Hazel?
Where they make the candles, and they're like the wee workshop.
Yeah.
Quite cool, isn't it?
There's a cosy restaurant on site, perfect for escaping the weather and grabbing a warm meal after a long day's exploring. Next day we headed to Glen and the weather wasn't letting up. Another wet day in Skye. Tucked away near Uig, the fairy glens feel like stepping into another world. Unlike the dramatic cliffs and rugged peaks found elsewhere in the island, the landscape is soft, surreal and almost dreamlike. A maze of crazy mounds, winding paths and tiny loch-ins that look like they've been shaped by magic. The most striking feature here is Castle Ewen, a natural rock formation that rises like the ruins of an ancient fortress, adding to the Glen's mysterious atmosphere. As you wander through the hills, you may also spot stone circles carefully arranged by visitors. The locals encourage leaving the landscape untouched to preserve its natural beauty. Despite its name, there is no recorded folklore of fairies here, but it's easy to see how the place earned it. It's a peaceful place to explore at your own pace, where every turn reveals a new perspective, whether it's the quiet, the textures of the land, or the sense of stepping somewhere completely different. The Fairy Glen offers a softer, more whimsical side of the Highlands that feels a world away from reality. We found a wee park up for the night just north of Uig, looking over to Lewis and Harris and getting a cracking sunset. Well, good morning. We found this cracking wee park up last night. I think you might have seen the sunset we showed last night. It's just at the far end of Skye, and we're up early this morning as we're heading to the Karang. It's a nice day, so we'll shoot along there just before it's too busy, because I think it's a wee narrow road to get into it sort of thing. So we'll get in there early and we'll see how we go with that one. The Karang is one of the most dramatic and otherworldly landscapes in Scotland, formed by an ancient landslip that's still slowly shifting today. It's a place where the terrain feels almost alive, with towering cliffs, hidden plateaus and jagged rock formations rising out of the earth. As you walk through the area, the scenery constantly changes. One moment you're surrounded by steep, rugged peaks, and the next you're looking out over the rolling green hills that stretch all the way to the sea. It's this contrast that makes the Karang so unique. So that was the Karang. It's about a 3 hour, there's a loop on a path, it takes about 3 hours from the car park. It's £3 for 3 hours in the car park as well for a car, but definitely worth a visit, and we've struck it lucky today with the weather.
It's a beautiful sunny day, no wind, it's just been amazing.
Absolutely outstanding. So there it is for the last wee look, and then we'll head on to our next stop. On our way to the fairy pools, we made a quick stop at Milt Falls and Kilt Rock. And wow, what a view. The waterfall plunges straight off the cliffs and into the sea below. And when the wind's whipping the water around, it almost looks like it was flowing upwards at times. The cliffs themselves are just as impressive, with a unique pattern resembling the pleats of a kilt. It's one of those spots you don't plan to stay long, but end up taking it all in for a while. Absolutely stunning. Next we head to the fairy pools, located in Glen on the west of the island. Nestled at the foot of the Black Cuillin Mountains, the fairy pools are one of the island's most magical spots. Known for their crystal clear blue waters and a series of cascading waterfalls, it's easy to see why the place has become such a favourite for visitors. The walk to the pools is relatively easy, following a winding path along the river with incredible views of the surrounding mountains the entire way. As you get closer, you'll find a series of natural pools and waterfalls, each one more picturesque than the last. On a calm day, the water looks almost tropical, although don't be fooled, it's absolutely freezing. Some brave visitors even take a dip, but for most it's enough just to admire the clarity and beauty from the edge. Peaceful, scenic and a little bit surreal, the fairy pools perfectly capture the nature, beauty and quiet magic of the Highlands. And just like that, our few days on the Isle of Skye has come to an end, and it still feels like we've only scratched the surface. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to follow the journey. For now, it's toodaloo from the McGoo's, and we'll see you on the next one.